it was, as I told you, it was a very difficult moment in my life. So when I tried to open a funder account, but it came back to my mind all the pain that I went through.
Hey trader, welcome back to another top tier interview. Brittany Hughes here, and I'm in the studio today with one of our top tier affiliates. We practiced the name beforehand, so I'm going to get the pronunciation down to a T. Michele Rossi.
Almost there.
No, Michele Rossi.
Yeah.
Oh, we practiced this.
Perfect.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
Great.
Flew in all the way from Italy.
Yes. It was a long flight.
Yeah.
But business class is good.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't get much better than that. I'm excited to have you here in the studio today. And it's actually funny because you messaged me on Instagram maybe like a week ago. You're like, hey, I'm going to be in Miami for the top tier experience and we get to do an interview together. And then I scrolled up and noticed that we had conversation and convened before that. So it's really cool to have you here in the studio today.
I'm one of your greatest followers.
Thank you.
I'm following your journey as a podcaster, as a trader.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And you as well. I love to start out these conversations on a high note and giving you your flowers, because at the end of the day, to sit in this seat, you've had to have a certain level of success and achievements. And I'd love for you to share with us in terms of what most recent achievement that you're most proud of. It can be trading related, it can be personal life, but let's start off there.
I would say the best achievement that I have right now is to do what I really want to do, what I love to do, and which is to help people reach the next level in their life. Trading, financially, education. I love education. I love talk to people and help people understand how trading, in this case, I have very beautiful community. It's a family. I love them all. And I love to help them understand what they can, with time, achieve. There's no ceiling, right?
Yeah, we were just having a conversation before this, and you've lived many lives. And I think it's really fantastic, because in this industry at large, everyone has lived a life before discovering trading. And so I'm interested to know what led you to trading.
It was a long journey. It was a long journey because I started as a musician. I had the chance and the luck to tour the Europe with many bands. So I had a lot of fun. And one thing that I started doing early, it was investing. So I started investing in the stock market.
Okay.
But I didn't even know what trading was, actually. To me, trading was someone in the New York stock market going up with the student tie, with the, how is it called?
A briefcase.
A briefcase.
Yeah.
And going in and say, buy, sell, one of these, 10 of that.
Yeah.
So it was basically that. So I started investing very early and often.
Okay.
And that led me in quite a few years to be financially free, actually.
Wow.
Very early, because I started early, really early. Then I started doing real estate.
Out of curiosity, what made you start investing so early? Because I feel like here in the States, I imagine it being the same in Italy. That's not the case for many people.
Yeah, I tell you what, because my father is an accountant, and one day we were talking about the stock market, and he said, that's not for me. I don't understand it. And I have this beautiful relationship with both my father and my mother. And I said, I want to teach him something. So I started my research by myself. I started reading a lot, um, watching a lot of YouTube videos, but
Okay.
there were not that much at that time. And I decided that was the way for me to retire early, or at least to have some money
Yeah.
aside. So I started investing in index funds. Easy 10%, doing nothing. Then one day, trading knocked to my door. And I saw this guy, he's from Miami.
Okay.
We were in a Discord group, and I saw this guy making 4%, 5%, 2% a day. And I said, what?
Yeah.
Because then I started invest. So I started with stock market, index funds, basically 10% a year average, the S&P 500.
Sure.
Then I started investing in real estate, buying and selling houses. And then I started to invest the extra money with other people that wanted to buy and sell houses, but they don't have the money. So it's like a crowdfunding thing going on in Italy.
Okay.
And the same things, 10% a year. So I summed it up with 1% a month to make things easy. And I saw him doing 2% a day.
Yeah.
And I said, what is that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I want to do that. Not because of money, I can tell you, but because I'm a curious person. I like to experiment, spending a lot of time with understanding stuff and doing different things because I get bored very, very easily. And in 2019, I had a couple of 3 years, bad moments, bad times, because I discovered I had a tumor.
Oh, wow.
Right here. And so I had all this pain around my body that nobody can understand what it is. So I did my research.
Of course.
And I discovered that I had this tumor. I got it removed, but it hit on my back, my knees. I couldn't walk.
Wow.
So I stayed in bed for 2 years. Luckily, it was during COVID. So in Italy, we were all shut down. Everything's closed. You cannot move from the house. And I was laying down on the bed, and I started doing research about trading, doing back tests, starting to develop strategies out of my own, because I saw many videos, but someone say something, someone else saying something else. So it's everything. And
were you just on YouTube, or were you just on the charts kind of identifying patterns? Or
I started with YouTube, but right after, I remember I all the day in the bed with a lot of pain. So to put my mind away from the pain, I was looking at the charts.
Okay.
And slowly, I was trying to find something, and I was starting to find something actually. And I see, oh, look at NASDAQ. If I put the take profit at this time every day, I'm going to lose many times, but the day I'm going to win, I'm going to cover all the loss and make a step forward.
Sure.
So I started to do that, and lot of backtest, like I would say months of backtest, the same strategy, then another strategy. Then I started trading demo.
Okay.
Then I started trading live.
What was that timeline? If you can break it down.
Months.
Okay.
3-4 months.
In
5
between
months.
back testing
And going demo.
Okay.
3-4 months.
And then going live.
And then I would say a couple of months and going live.
Okay.
And that was the first big step for me in trading. The first day I started with $1,000. And the first day I remember I was in drawdown. I told you this before, you're still laughing. Drawdown, $2, $3, $4, $20, I don't remember, but a small amount. And I was like, oh my God, I'm panicking. What is that? I'm losing money. And it's going up and down. It's not for me.
Yeah. Did you have any of that emotion when you were trading demo, or as soon as you went live, that kind of...
As soon as I went live.
Okay.
Demo, I was cold blood. It's not money.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yep.
So I could have done millions of dollars of fake money, you know?
Yeah, I find it really interesting because a lot of people will either skip the demo phase completely, which I don't necessarily recommend because you need that practice. You need it. You don't have any skin in the game, but it's about repetition, right?
Yes.
And if you're able to see and enter in a trade on demo and kind of get that down packed and then moving over to live, that's a whole other beast as you experience
even
yourself.
if you start with $100, you're still losing your money.
Yep.
Even if a bit, you're losing your money. So you understand your feeling on your skin that you're losing or making. So after that, I stopped and I said, wait, I need to find a solution. The first solution, and it didn't work well, it was, okay, let me trade demo on an account and use a bot to replicate on a live account.
Okay, like copy
trading from a demo to a live account. It was not working because it was still live money that I was trading.
You knew in the back of your head.
I tried to forget, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So the next step was, wait, maybe I can make this automatic. I'm not a coder, but I'm very curious. I had a lot of time. And so I started to do research and try to code on Pine Editor in TradingView. Then I skipped to meta quotes, so MQL5 language, and I started coding that.
Okay.
I grabbed a coder from Fever to help me out because it was taking too much time, and I coded some bots. And so I put those bots at work with a prop firm.
Okay.
MyForexFunds. And things were going very, very good.
And did you find that whenever, because you created this bot, your emotions weren't at play as much?
At all.
Okay.
At all. Because everything was automatic. And in the time that the bot were working, I was looking at it, sometimes getting a little bit emotional, but not too much. But I started to learn about big numbers because I was already used to, let's say, big money. It's very subjective,
sure,
you know?
Of course.
But I was buying and selling houses, so I'm used to manage money.
Okay.
But doing with trading is a new field, and it is volatile. It's moving a lot. You see plus 6,000, minus 2,000 in a blink of an eye. But yeah, I was letting the bot run and do this job. I coded 3-4 bots for 3-4 different bots running on different MyForexFunds account. They had strict rules, so you had to pass the challenge in 1 month, and it was a huge restriction.
So what year was this? Because most prop firms have shifted from not having a time limit.
2020?
Okay.
I guess. Maybe. Yeah, 2020, I would say. And so, but anyway, I was burning some account because I need to over leverage to stay within those 30 days. But I was passing challenges. Then I started. In the meantime, it's a long process. To me, it was pretty short because I've never had since when I was 14 that I was washing dishes in the restaurant from when I was 14 till I was 18. But after that, I never had a 9-to-5 job. Okay. I was lucky on that case because I've always done what I love to do, business, actually. But yeah, so it was a long process, months to me, because I was trading. I was in front of the chart. I was coding bots, letting the bots run 12, 14 hours a day.
Wow.
Every day.
What were you trading? What?
Nasdaq mainly, US 30, gold.
Wow.
And AUD CAD, CAD NZD, NZD USD.
Okay.
These pairs, these 5 pairs, these 6 pairs.
Okay.
because different bots have different assets they're working on. And I burned a lot of challenges. So I always say to my fellowship, to my guys in the academy, don't panic if you lose an account. It's part of the journey. I burned so many. And better burning a challenge than a real account. At least you have the chance to have a huge account, you know? And so I was passing and burning, and I started to smell something in the air from my Forex fund because they are sending me notices that I was copy trading. And I say, hey, this is my bot. If you want, I'm sending you the open source code, because back in time, they were asking the code of the bot if you want to use the bot. Then when I started, not, but I say, hey, I know you asked in the past, so if you want, I can send it. We don't care. We see that you have same trade of another trader. I can say the same.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the point? But anyway, I kept going, but I started to smell something was not correct.
Okay.
And yeah, I got up to 6 million funded. Of course, it was up to 2 million, so I had to use my wife's name, my mother's name.
Yeah. And how long did that take you? I'm asking these questions because I want people to get a good idea of how long that would take.
Short amount of time.
A short amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 to 6 months.
Okay. To go from 0 to 6 million in funding. Wow.
Yeah. With the bots.
Yeah, of course.
Only. And it's not high frequency bot. I've used that, but it was from a scam funding company.
Okay.
So they don't pay out after that. But never used more than once. So I went live. I started to make money and withdraw every month a lot of money and putting into a real account, less restriction, less pain, less leverage, lower leverage. And I was let the bot run. And in the meantime, let's keep to 1 year now of trading this way. I was still doing my research, and I say, what is moving the market? And at the beginning, I thought it was trend lines, support, resistance, moving averages. I tried hundreds of indicators, many indicators, from the blingity bling indicators that everybody knows. I'm not gonna tell the name, but everybody knows the names, to the less known. I used everything. Nothing's working because of course it took me time to understand that the indicators is telling you what just happened.
Yep.
It's not predicting
it's
the
lagging.
future. And so I started to doing my research, and I see that what moving the market, fundamentals, economic news, geopolitical news. I was trading live, unfortunately, when the war in Russia, so Ukraine, Russia happened, and I made a lot of money out of it. Just because I was sitting in front of the Reuters terminal and the headlines popped up, and I say, that's my opportunity. So fundamentals, sentiment analysis, and last, technical analysis for me.
Got it.
Because everybody have its own. You can go technical 100%, of course. I've done that with the bot. It's technical 100%.
Sure.
But to me, today, what I'm doing with the academy, I started trading live manually again 6 months ago.
Okay.
Because I said, I'm with these guys, I have to show what I'm doing live. And showing them what I'm doing helped me a ton, because I was teaching drums when I was younger, and I was learning while I'm teaching.
Yeah.
And it's the same. So I learned a lot in the last 6 months.
Sure.
I learned probably 70% of what I know.
They say that once you're able to actually teach what you know, that's when it has truly clicked on for you personally. I'm interested to know how you learned about fundamentals, because we were talking a little bit before this conversation, and I myself I don't trade fundamentals.
Okay.
And it's something that I find that it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around at this current point. And so I'm interested to know, how was it easy for you to learn, and how did you approach that?
Super easy.
Okay.
Super easy, because yesterday we had, I give you a little example. Not every time is like that. So then I want to say something which I think is really important, and I always say that. But yesterday, the Fed rate decision, Jerome Powell speak, and 45 seconds, buy gold. That's it. It was super easy. You don't have to, of course. Where's the best entry point? Where you're going to put your stop loss? Your stop loss needs to be, where's the stop needs to be, you know that phrase. Technical, of course. The entry is technical, but the mover, to me, is fundamental. You got the news, you got to be quick. Sometimes you got to wait, but it's super, it's I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not, but it's super easy when you understand, and it's not hard to understand. If the news impacting the dollar, bearish. The dollar is bearish because the news say that the dollar is going down, is losing power. 9 times out of 10, the gold is going to go up to the next order block or resistance. Just like that.
Yeah.
And so people, when they're trading live with me, they're like, is that easy?
Yeah.
Then the next day they're alone, they're doing mistakes, because experience and times play a huge role.
Of course.
And I always say that, let me try to say it in English. Don't overestimate what you can do in 6 months, and don't underestimate what you can achieve in 3 to 5 years, because that's the average time. What I think it's 3 years to become consistently profitable. Because the thing is that I see most of the time, I got many people jumping into the community and showing me their live account. They started with $250, and after 3 weeks, they sit on $10,000. I saw many. 2 days after, they burned the account. Because they think they're good, they're just lucky.
Yeah.
I've never been lucky, unfortunately. Every time I see that, why it doesn't happen to me just one time? Just one time.
I say that time is one of the most key factors when it comes to profitability, and it's overlooked. And I think in an age where we have people like yourself coming into the studio, and other successful traders, and social media, and all of these elements that play a role, Discord communities, and seeing other people's wins, or you're logging in and you're trading live with your mentor. Like you see this working so much for other people, and you try to hit that fast track, or like hit the fast forward button. But at the end of the day, like, time and consistency married together is, in my opinion, like what the secret formula. Everyone's looking for a secret formula. That's it. It's time and consistency.
I told you before, I run many business. Real estate, Airbnbs, coffee.
Yeah.
Illy coffee.
Oh, nice.
And it's the same in every business that I run, social media, management company that I have. It's time and consistency. Time and consistency. It's the perfect.
That's it.
Mix.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I want to go back just a little bit in our conversation and touch on the fact that you were funded with $6 million with MyForexFunds.
Yeah.
I want to touch on this because right now it is March of 2024. I don't know the exact date. It's like March 20th, March 21st. And the current state of the prop firm space is a little bit shaky, given that MetaQuotes is no longer available to U.S. residents. You had a very, very, very large player, MyForexFunds, last year that went down. And I know. Which is unfortunate. Which is you were affected. You know, thousands of people were affected by this. We were talking just before this, and I asked you if you're currently funded, and you said no. And that's because of
this.
Yeah.
It was, as I told you, it was a very difficult moment in my life. So when I tried to open funded account, but it came back to my mind all the pain that I went through. So it's really, really difficult for me now. But I promised myself and my community that I'm going to go through it again in the near future. And I think the best opportunity is to do it. I mean, I'm here today, of course, I'm with toptier.trader, but with toptier, because you offer the best platform overall, not only Trade Locker, which I think is a huge step forward. You're already trading with the future platform, because you got used to it. I understand my community had a difficult time. I switched many platform, MetaTrader, 4M5, C-Trader, Trade Locker, TradingView. I traded with TradingView too, with regulated brokers, Oanda. And I was always switching from one screen to another screen. Many of my followers and people in the community they are trading from the mobile because they have a normal job, 9 to 5. So they are always in a rush, you know, or maybe with an iPad, and it's very convenient because you can make your technical analysis from one screen. You draw your lines, and you execute. Hey guys, this is the news, because I'm sharing the terminal live, so they can see live what is happening. Maybe they're gonna sue me for that, but.
We'll bleep that out.
Yeah. They're going to see what's happening, and they can decide which direction they can take very easily. Money management, it's a huge thing, and it's really great to use it because you can see really fast how much you're risking, which is another important thing that many people, they overlook over it. But which lot size should I use? Because many people are used to play with $100, $1,000, $5,000. Then they buy a $100,000 challenge. Which lot size?
Yeah.
They got scared. And the one feature that I think it needs to be implemented is to see not the dollars, but the percentage. We were talking about this.
Why do you, explain why you think that's important.
I think that's really important to start trading, especially in the beginning, and even more if you're trading with a prop firm, so with a amount of money that you're not used to. You need to see the percentage that you're making. Loss or win, whatever it is. I say it's a good thing to risk not more than 1% a trade, and to target with news 1%. It's fine. Better 2%. But when they're looking, and this happens to me too, when I'm looking at the dollars or euros, and I see $200. $200 in Italy is already a lot of money for a normal person, I would say. I mean, the average salary is $1,500 in Italy. So if they're making one trade, then they're making $100 in one day. It's a huge amount of money for them. Of course. Okay, and I do understand with $100 a day, you can live very good in Italy because healthcare is 100% free.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem. So yes, seeing the percentage, that's why I rarely show the amount of money I'm making.
Because if someone can make $100 in a day, you're saying that $1,500 is the average monthly income. Making $100, $200, $300 a day, now you're drawing on your emotion because you now know what you can do with this money.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is better than me.
But it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. And focusing on mastering the skill set first and foremost. Yeah. Then focusing on the percentage, the risk to reward, and what that looks 100%. Like. And taking the money element, out of it. Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, because you're not trading. I try to educate. I don't like to say teach.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes sense in English, but I like to educate into do not trade to make money. Trade to learn the skill, because money is never a problem. And I got this from real estate. Money, when I talk about money, because in the community I also talk about mentality, I talk about personal life, I talk about healthy lifestyle, because I think it's a circle and it's a chain.
Sure.
Everything is connected. And so when I talk about this, I use this example of the real estate. I never used my money to buy the house. Never. Because when you are good at something, you can always find someone that put the money for it. So if you're good at trading, I'm going to give you $1 million to trade. But you have to show me that you have the skills to do that. If you want to be a surgeon, I don't know how it is here in the US, but I think it's pretty similar. In Italy, you have to study 15 years. Then you start practicing. And then maybe, if you're good and lucky, after 10 years, you can buy your first Porsche. You know?
Yeah.
You can start making money.
Yeah.
So it's a lifetime.
Sure.
With trading, you already have a job, so you're good. You're not making what you want. Of course, you want to do better, make more. That's great. 3 years, 4 years. Don't think about money. Think about to educate yourself and to learn more about what is trading. I did it really fast because I had a huge amount of time.
Sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. At a cost. It came at a cost.
Yes. Huge. But you can do it with time. Take your time. Slowly. The money is never a problem.
I like that mindset. I can't tell you how much my trading has elevated since I've really adopted. You saying this is the first time I'm hearing it worded this way, but when I strictly focused on what price was doing and identifying the setups that I needed to execute, and just but predicting where price wanted to go. That was it. Not focused, knowing that if I got it right, then money it's just a byproduct of me doing those things. Yeah. And I didn't realize, and maybe a lot of traders who are tuning into this now, I like these interviews because there's such a range of experience. Either, either they're just getting started and they're tuning into this interview. So because they want to know about the journey, or maybe they're in it, they're 1 year, 2 years in, and they're tuning into these interviews for a sense of inspiration because maybe they're going through a dark period, or maybe they're inspired by this conversation, whatever the case may be. But it's really nice to be able to hear these things, because once I heard that money's just the byproduct, something clicked in here. Something really clicked in here, and it really elevated the way I was looking at the charts and trading.
And tell me, please.
Sure.
How easy it is once you get that.
I mean, it's a level of clarity, level of clarity, and a sense of I feel like I'm so zen when I'm sitting down on the charts now, because I'm focused on the quote unquote the right things, right? And it really has, that alone has taken a lot of the emotion out of it, because all of the emotion, if not all of the emotion, is centered around the money, the aspect of money, and maybe a little bit of losing or whatever the case may be, but all of my emotion was centered around money. So once I just took that out of the picture altogether, or 98% out of the picture, it really clicked and elevated for me. And trading is a lot. I'm always apprehensive to use the word easy. But it's a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. I think it is.
Less stressful. I was about to say.
It's
do you have a process before you're trading? I'm curious in this aspect because I was telling you about the rainy days. So I live in Phoenix, so I'm in Mountain Standard Time. So I trade the New York Stock Exchange Open. So now with a bit of a time difference, I'm up at around 5:30 a.m. And then sitting down at my setup at around 6, because market opens at 6:30 for me. I wake up, I try to do at least 5 minutes of breath work. I'll lead myself through either an audio or a brief meditation. I make sure I'm hydrated. I take my supplements, and then I sit down. Most recently I've started to film myself as a way to journal my trades. I found that I'm following you.
Thank you. No, it's been a lot of fun.
Your YouTube channel.
Right? I figured, I was like, I'm doing this anyways. I'm doing a pre-market analysis myself. I'm obviously live trading myself. And at the end of every trading day, I'm also doing a post-market recap. So why not just, I found if I was journaling in like TradeZella or Notion or whatever, I was leaving out some key elements because I wasn't being as thorough as I could be with writing. And so I was like, I'm just going to film it. I'm already sitting down and doing it. And I've learned for myself that if I'm able to articulate out loud what I'm doing, it clicks more in here. So
you're actually teaching, educating.
Exactly.
So it helps you.
It does. And it keeps me accountable. It keeps me accountable because I know I've set this standard for myself that I want to get these videos out, no matter if I'm the only one watching them or, I have hundreds of people watching them, whatever. So I do my pre-market analysis and then live trade. And for the most part, I'm in at around maybe 10 a.m. is when I normally see what I want to see. If a setup comes, great. It's normally around 10 a.m. Eastern time, so 7 a.m. for me. So that's kind of my pre-morning. Now, it doesn't go like that every time, but the non-negotiables are water and supplements for me, just so I can be awake so early in the morning. But if I'm someone who, we were talking a little bit before this, I don't trade on my phone. I've got to be on my computer, either at my setup at home or if I'm traveling on my laptop. And I also have to have a good night's sleep before. If I'm getting 4 or 5 hours sleep, I won't wake up to trade. Just because I know that mentally I need to be as sharp as possible.
similar to what I do. So it's really nice to get your perspective
Sure.
and your journey, what you're doing. I wake up in the morning, I have breakfast, go to the gym in my house because I have everything in my house.
Nice.
I swim, cold plunge.
Oh, wow.
Then I started these things with Brian Johnson. You know that guy, elfish guy.
No.
It's very you have to.
Okay.
Have to. It's
Maybe
very-
I do, and
he's
I'm
from-
just
he's
blanking right
from-
now.
I don't know if he's from Miami or Los Angeles. I don't remember.
Okay.
But he's I don't die.
Okay.
He's like a millionaire, and he started to doing a lot of blood works, MRIs, CAT scans, and he's taking like 75 different how is it called? What do you take in the morning? The
Supplements? Yep.
Supplements. Then he's doing a lot of these things to his skin, a lot of painful things to extend his lifespan, to slow his speed of aging.
Okay.
I got in touch with him, and I was so curious, and I had a lot of time, unfortunately. So I started to do these things, and it changed me. It changed my body, my mind a lot. So I have this routine that I go through every day, every morning: gym, swim, cold plunge, supplements, good breakfast, and then I go live. The most difficult part is when I go live now, I go live with 200, 300 people, sometimes 500 people. And what is difficult, but also really entertaining to me, because as I told you before, I was used to sit behind the drums and play for sometimes huge crowds around Europe. So it is a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I started to feel the same when I go live with the community. Hey, community, good morning. How you doing? Let's go live. Let's analyze the market. Let's see. Oh, hey, Tommaso, what do you see here? What do you think is the next support level? Please read the news. What do you think they're saying? What's the overlook for today? And it's really beautiful, but at the same time, really challenging, because I have 3 screens, Discord,
Yeah.
the terminal, the trade locker, everything's going on at the same time. So sometimes I miss the trade because I want them to succeed. So I have this feeling right now, and talking with you guys, that you're doing pretty much the same thing. I wanted to know your perspective, how you manage that, because sometimes it feels hard to say. I don't want to sound an asshole, but I don't need money. Okay? So sometimes I feel like I want to make them make money instead of me, because I have my bots running in the back end and they're making money. And when you have a lot of money, you lower the risk, and still you're making a lot of money.
Sure.
Because even if the percentage is the same, when you have a huge account, you don't need that percentage.
Yeah, 1% of 10,000 is a lot different than 1% of 6 million.
Yes, exactly,
So, yeah.
exactly. And yes.
I think it's really cool what you're doing right now with your community. How many people are part of your community right now?
2,000.
Would you say they're all Italian or from all over the world?
Oh no, I have people from Germany, Spain. I have people from Poland, and just a few people. I would say 20 people are not Italian, but it's very beautiful, because sometimes I do the live. I started with subtitles, so I put subtitles because I also have non-hearing people.
Oh, yeah.
They're trading with us, so I started
That's
putting the
awesome.
subtitle, then double subtitles, Italian and English.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit crowded, the screen, and to manage everything and not to get doing stupid things. It's really easy to make an error.
Yeah.
But I'm managing it really, really great, I think, based on the results they are having.
Sure, which is
live.
the most important.
When I close the call, they're doing bad things. You should not do that when you're not live with me.
I have a question for you. When it comes to either the people who are tuning into this interview, have it be one of the people who are within your community, or maybe they're not within your community and they are at the stage of their journey where they're not at the, you said give it 3 years to see profitability.
Definitely.
That number is, again, subjective because it can be 2 years, it can be 10 years, whatever the case may be.
Can be 3 months.
Yeah, but what advice would you give to people who are looking to find profitability within trading?
Educate yourself. Find one person, and do your research. Try to understand if he's legit or not. And then go all in and breathe. Don't rush the process, because there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. I can tell you, because as I said, I run many business. There's no shortcut. I never find one. Never. I always had to do the hard work, to put in the hard work. Then the results is the outcome. It's just the outcome.
Of course.
That's easy. That's the easy part. That what you see maybe on the social network. I started recently being more social. I've never been that social, because all the things that I went through, I had a huge stop, so I canceled everything. Bad stuff. I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, I started recently, so don't look at what you see. Like, I saw your interview with Q Banks, and I think he did a really great thing, because when you go on his Instagram page, you see Lamborghinis, you see private jet, you see fancy life, fancy clothes, fancy house, making thousands of dollars every day. But you forgot to look back and see how it was in the beginning. So I guess he released the video, a reel, something like that, a couple of days ago, recently, where he shows the process, which is quite long. It took him 10 years, something like that.
Yeah. I think he's in his 9th year.
It's a long process. Sometimes can be shorter. Sometimes can be also longer. So stay with your job. I get this question a lot. How much do I need to make to quit my job? And I say, don't think about that, because you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose all your money. Keep your job. Try to make the most out of your time. During the night, I was laying down when I was feeling better. Hey, Melissa, and Madison, she's my daughter. Let's watch a cartoon, a movie together. We have, in the bed, we have this big screen in front of us. We watch the cartoon the night before sleep. And when the cartoon started, I opened up my iPad and started backtesting while I was watching the cartoon. So I tried to make the most out of it, out of the time that I had. And I was lucky that I had a lot of time. But and don't buy iPhones. Apple hate me. Don't buy a smartphone that costs $1,500 if you make $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
That's a stupid thing to me. If you want to change your life.
Yep.
If you don't care, perfect. Go for it. Buy 2, 3, 5. I always say this to my people. Don't buy a stupid phone that costs you 1 month of your income, and then you put $100 into trading, and you hope that things are gonna go good. They're not gonna go good. You need to invest. You need also to help your account to grow. So buy an extra funded account, one at a time. Possibly, it's the best choice. Or if you're gonna go with 2, helping grow. And when you take out the money, when you go live and you take out the money, help the account grow. Put in something monthly to help him grow faster.
Yep.
That is the only shortcut.
Yeah, is 1,000%. It's not about making the. I actually just filmed a reel on this the other day to be posted on the Top Tier account. In terms of, it's not about how much you can make in a month.
Yeah.
and instead focus on growing your capital
Exactly.
and allowing that 1%
to
do the heavy lifting and to do that work for you. So
That's it.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Michele, this has been such a fantastic conversation, and again, it's really cool to be sat down in this chair with you, because I know we've had conversation previously, and it's just it's such a great opportunity to get to know you a little bit more, why you're affiliated with Top Tier, what you're providing to your community, and so I'm extremely excited to see what else there is to come from you. So let people know where they can find you online, or if they want to join your Discord community.
Oh, you can say it.
What?
Where can they find me?
Yeah,
What's my
on Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Say the name.
I don't know.
Michele
Rossi.
Official.
Okay.
Michele Rossi Official.
Okay. Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
and thank you all for tuning in to another Top Tier interview. I hope you were able to extract the value that was shared during this conversation, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well. It's so cool to see that we're growing as we continue to do more interviews like this, and it's because of people like you. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.